Hello, I'm John, one of the scale modelling twins, as it says down at the bottom of the screen there. Now, you may or may not know, but there's a couple of friends of mine, Gary, who's in England, and Mikey, who's in Wales, and we get together on StreamYard uh, once a week, and we have a session we call the Three Veterans. So, three veterans in three different countries, all tackling the same kit. So, swapping the camera, I'll just show you what is going on. So this is the first thing that we built together. This is a Meng 1/35th scale um, Whippet from the First World War, and it's come up all right, I think. First diorama I've ever put together, so that looks okay. So that's the first thing we did. The second build, we're still doing it now. In fact, we're coming up the home stretch, is a ICM 48 scale beer carrying Spitfire Mark 9. So it's got beer barrels and stuff like that, which I think look pretty cool. So once this is finished, which should be in a week's time, we're going to go on to something new. So I just want to show you what we're doing. So putting this aside, what we're trying to do is get different content that people might be interested in or not. You decide. So this is what we're doing next. It's a train. An HO scale plastic model kit of a train. So this is a Dapol, previously Kitmaster. Kitmaster first made this mold in, looking at my notes, 1960. Kitmaster then 2 years later sold it to Airfix. Airfix sold it onto Dapol in 1985, and Dapol are keeping them alive now. We're all doing a Battle of Britain class train. The one I've chosen is fighter pilot. The other two guys are doing one each themselves. 92 Squadron is one of them. I can't remember the third one, but tune in, you'll find out. I'll just read this out because this is rather interesting. Historical note. The original instructions used for this model were created over 50 years ago. Now, it's actually 65 years ago now. Over time, the quality of the print and details deteriorated until they were no longer usable. With the help of the Kitmaster Club, Dapol obtained the original instructions sheet and, using modern technology, were able to create a new set of instructions which faithfully replicated the original. Remarkably, and without any forward planning, the instructions contained here on this sheet were finished on the 4th of September 2010, exactly 70 years to the day which saw the end of the Battle of Britain. Well, that's pretty cool. So let's have a look. First of all, the instructions. They seem quite clear. I've not done one of these trains before. I'm not a train nerd. I might be after this. This looks all right. I won't explain how it all goes together. You could see that it's a fairly simple kit, I would imagine. Going over the page, I'll do the top half first. So yeah, the driving wheels going onto the main chassis, the bogies. What is this? This is a 462. Yeah, 462 configuration. And the tender on the back full of coal and all that sort of stuff like that. And then just paint it up. I guess I'd have to look on the internet. There are no painting instructions there. So let's have a look through it. I've bought a Systema container. This bag might be used, so I'll put that in the bin right away. Okay, first things first. Decals. Look okay. Slightly yellowed, but I think it should be alright. Oh, no, that should be alright. Should be straightforward. Oh, I do like it's got the fighter command, and it's the RAF crest in the middle there. Yeah, and of course the name of this one, fighter pilot. It's okay. It's the top of the train. It's a length. Oh well, it's not the length of it. It's that plus the tender. So it's a reasonable size. Looks okay. I think it's like the original sort of Airfix sort of style. It'd be one big sprue and they'd just break it up and put it into boxes. However they did that. These are the rods that tie all the wheels together to the front of the train. A couple of access ladders. The two sides of the locomotive. Quite reasonable. See the boiler from the driving cab. coal. That's not bad. That's from the tender. That's the chassis. So Dapol, England. There's not much detail there, but you get that. The main guides for the wheels, wheel assemblies. What is that? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that'll go. Yeah, might be a bit of a fight, but it'll go on. Oh yeah, that'll go together. Yeah, probably stay together. The sides of the tender. Each of the main driving wheels. 6 of those, as I said earlier. Nice bit of detail on those. Rear of the tender. Oh, and just getting into the smaller bits and pieces. Not even sure what these are. Let's find out while we build it. These are the plates that go on the sides of the locomotive. They go on the front there like that. Oh, is that going to go? Come on. Yeah, like that. Near the front. Yeah, this would be the pistons that convert the drive to the wheels. Heap of little wheels for the rest of the train. I guess the detailed ones would be on the locomotive itself, and the plain ones will be on the tender. And just other bits and bobs, however they are. I'm not even sure. Other side plate. That's the rear of the driving cab. Yeah, and yeah, just an assortment of other bits and pieces. You can see why I've bought the box for it. It's going to be interesting. As I say, I've not ever built a train before. Not a thing I would think of as skull modelling kit. In fact, I didn't know that they were a thing. I know Revell bought one out a couple of years ago. There's been a number of them. You can get different brands, but it's not a thing that usually sort of jumps out at me. So should be interesting. We'll see how we go. So again, that's a Dapol Battle of Britain class HO scale train or locomotive fighter pilot from, let's see, referring to my notes, they served from February 1947 to June 1963, so a pretty good career. There were 106 of them made, 65 on the Southern Railway network, 41 on the British Railway batch. It's like West Country Battle of Britain class. They're known as the Light Pacifics, and a nickname is the Spam Cans. I think Age of Austerity immediately after the war. From what I'm reading about them, and Mikey will be the expert, and we'll learn as we go along. I think the boilers weren't made of iron because it was hard to come by, so they made them out of steel. So as a result, they probably had a shorter life, or something or other. But we'll see how we go. Sounds interesting enough. So we do those at trying to remember 8 p.m. Sydney time on Thursday evenings, which is 2 p.m. Thursday's UK time. So if you want to tune in and watch, you could always watch it back later. But we have a good sort of bunch of friends that'll join us, and we have a bit of banter and talk about what's going on and all that sort of stuff. And I find it quite enjoyable. So that's 3 veterans via the Mike is going to kill me. The Bearded Veteran Creates YouTube channel. So do check us out one time. I'll see you there, hopefully.